Welcome to MotorMaster Monday, live from Kentucky Motor Speedway on NASCAR Heat 5. We are gathered here bringing you live flag-to-flag coverage of round 18 of the 2023 NASCAR MotorMaster Series season here on NASCAR Heat 5. 22 drivers lined up to take on Kentucky, the Horsepower 200, one of the biggest events of the season here for the NASCAR MotorMaster Series drivers. When you talk about mile and a half, this is the one that they usually have circled on their calendars, and we are green in stage one. 100 laps, 22 drivers, 3 wide, battle for the lead. Landon Jenkins in the 10, Terrell in the 4, and way up on the outside was the 51 of Sean Lucas. He's going to lift and let them settle in line 2 by 2 for the most part all the way back. Landon Jenkins out front now. And big recent development here for this race. Your pole sitter and points leader, Aaron Garcia, in the number 9 Chevy Camaro, is actually off the racetrack and done for the day with some sort of problem with the motor on lap 1, and he has elected to join us here in the commentary booth. I'm NASCAR's CEO and founder, Tyler Kmerder, alongside two-time NASCAR champion Aaron Garcia and 2022 NASCAR Novice Cup Series champion Alex Tesdall, our in-race reporter. Kick back, relax, grab a cold can of soda, and enjoy the action, folks. It's the first one here on this MotorMaster Monday. It is round 18 of the 2023 season. Oh, we have a spin.
Oh, big wreck.
And I saw kind of how it started. Yeah, no doubt. I saw kind of how it started there. The 7 of Josh Colm-Diaz, who's led laps in this race already, spun right there by hitting the apron in turns 3 and 4, and several cars had no place to hide. Jesse Carlson, Trey Hollywood, and there's Aiden Cody in the number 16 with some heavy damage as well. So the second caution of the race for an on-track incident working stage 1. Aaron, we got to ask you, what's going through the minds of all of these drivers right now? We've had a couple of big ones to start this event.
I don't know. I don't know. The pushing hard, I guess. Just trying to get up to the front, as usual. That's what you want to do in these races.
Yeah, definitely easier said than done. We have big car counts and a whole lot of talent here. Once you drive your way all the way up into the top 12, top 13, that's really when you've got your hands full. It's hard to break the thresholds of getting into the top 13 or 15. And once you do, well, man, you know that you're in good company. The green flag is back in the air. Dustin Hardy in the 44 with some pit strategy is going to be the leader on the restart. Terrell in the 4 on probation for this race. He's running in second, right beside Jesse Carlson in the 20, and now 3 wide. Charles Jackson makes a 3 wide move to the very bottom. It's getting a good push from Jordan Routon in the 18. The bottom seems to be the preferred groove on the restarts, maybe even all race long. We're going to have to keep close eye on that. Landon Jenkins up top giving a good push to Terrell. He's getting help from Jeffrey Robinson Jr. and Jesse Carlson as well. The Juicy J Motorsports Toyota's having a strong start to this race. 3 of them in the top 10. One of them all the way up there in second, and has led laps at one point in this race. Sean Lucas got shoved way up to the outside near the outside wall a moment ago. It's a battle for position just barely outside the top 10. 3 and 4 wide just outside the top 10. The safest place to be might be up front.
Oh, we got a spinner. Yeah, right in the back.
Yes, we do.
18's flipping, and that ends the stage. Yellow's out.
And we'll get the top 5 from stage 1 from Alex Tesdall in just a couple of seconds here.
King Henry, King Country, Bolt Bruto, Hollywood, Juice.
And how about Dustin Hardy staying out there and getting some stage points? He stayed out with some sort of pit strategy there and finishes second, and that's 4 points. Here in stage 1, the top 5 gets stage points. The stage winner, of course, gets that valuable playoff point. And once the playoffs start, once that postseason comes around, these drivers really find out how important those playoff points really are. And here we go. To the restart zone they come. Stage 2 underway. Charles Jackson wins stage 1 in the 66 car. He leads them to the line as your race leader, and he has shown us into turn 1. The green flag has been shown. Justin Hardy still on the outside, making it interesting. Now he's even on tires. He just came to pit road. Now he bounces off the wall, comes back down into traffic. More contact made. He's going to drift back to the 8th or 9th position.
Someone got the fence and lost a ton of time. Couldn't tell who, but it was a black car.
That might have been the 44, unless it was just outside of the top 15. I'm thinking that was who it was. Whoa, we got a car going through the grass on the front straightaway. That might have been the 22 of Alex Tesdall. Alex, was that you?
Yes.
Good recovery. Good save. No grip down there, buddy. Pardon me. Coming out of turn 4. Everyone minding their P's and Q's. Top 3 have kind of separated themselves from the rest of the field. Charles Jackson, Trey Hollywood, Landon Jenkins. 1, 2, 3. Dustin Franklin in the 07. He brought out the caution. He brought out the second caution of the race. He's now recovered and runs in 4th. Harold Burden right behind him in 5th in the 47 car. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. in the 61. Scored in 6th. Terrell in the 4 car. And in 7th, and it's 3 wide for 8th, 9th, and 10th. Colin Diaz, Dustin Hardy, Sean Lucas. 8th, 9th, and 10th with Stephen Corley in the 21, Aiden Cody in the 16, Chris Ryan in the 1. Golden Roughton in the 18, and Emily Seri, the Canadian, running 11th through 15th, knocking on the door of that top 10. They're all chasing Charles Jackson. Charles, 6 wins for him this season. No stranger to victory lane. Most wins this year amongst all of the NASCAR MotorMaster Series drivers.
Got a car in the grass front stretch.
And sits 3rd in the points standings. And we had a car going off track there a moment ago. They made a miraculous save. And sorry, Alex, what car was that?
I believe it was a Pickle. He's now in the back, but he has recovered the car.
Okay, and that is Kenny Adair, 2018 NASCAR Tailgate Truck Series champion. And way back on NASCAR Heat 2, hearing that he has recovered the car, and we are still green here in Stage 2 at Kentucky. It's a 100-lap event, and it's one of the more exciting events every year on the NASCAR MotorMaster Series schedule. Everybody's got a pretty good chance to win here. The draft is very strong, very powerful. It always plays a major factor in the finishing results. You can qualify well, or even if you don't, if you can run well and race well, use the draft well, you can definitely pick them off one at a time and work your way forward. You don't need to be a fan favorite or a top 5 favorite every week to run well here at Kentucky. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. in the 61. Runs in 5th, still looking for that first career MotorMaster Series win. Came close a number of times this year. Some playoff spot for points. Got a couple of playoff points as well. He's having another strong start to the season.
Jeffrey's been so close so many times, he's got to eventually win one of these.
Yeah, when it comes to the laws of averages, yeah, exactly. I don't know if we've ever had somebody that's come so close to winning a race so many times without actually capturing the win itself. He's got one NOSSCAR win on a NASCAR Heat game, and that came in the NOSSCAR Legends Series. And we would love to have a win here in one of these top 3-tier levels of NASCAR, one of these top 3-tier series. Platinum Cup MotorMaster or Tailgate Truck Series. And right now he's in a side-by-side battle here. It's a war for the third place position with Terrell in the 4 car. No contact or anything like that. It just simply means it's a war because this battle's been going on for about 5 laps here in stage 2. Stephen Corley, Dustin Franklin, Josh Cole, and Diaz are all lined up behind this battle in the top 10 and knocking on the door of the top 5 for those stage points. And while all of this is going on, Trey Hollywood has lost a couple of positions, but he's still right there with him. Chris Ryan and Harold Burden have joined him, and the battle for the lead is heating up as well. Aaron, you've raced against Charles Jackson and Landon Jenkins many times. What do you think's going through their minds as they battle side by side for the lead here at Kentucky?
Car in the wall, turn 2. It's the 44.
And I believe we are staying green, but we might not be staying green for long. We had 5 wide a moment ago. 5 wide. Dustin Franklin, Josh Cole, Diaz, Aiden Cody, Stephen Corley, and Terrell all decided to make it a little bit more interesting here in stage 2. More interesting than it already has been. And I can't believe they made it through there. Charles Jackson leads. Landon Jenkins runs in second. Jeffrey Robinson Jr., NOSSCAR champion from NASCAR 15, Victory Edition, and Supercross, trying to run them down. And problems for Dustin Franklin in the 07 car. I don't know if there was contact made with another car or not, but he lost a ton of track position. He was in the top 10, and now he has fallen outside of the top 10, just behind the Canadian driver, Emily Sari. Emily in that red and white number 54 Toyota. She's got 2 top 10s this year and 2 top 10s in the truck series this year as well. And up towards the front here, it kind of looks like Stephen Corley is trying to work with the 61 of Jeffrey Robinson Jr. If they can draft with each other, maybe they can run down the top 2. I think that's kind of how the top 2 got separated from the rest of the field. I think that they just kind of worked together, stayed tucked in line with each other until they put a bit of a distance on the rest of the field, and now they're going at it for that lead and for the win in stage 2. Gonna throw it down. Yes, we do. I threw it over to you a moment ago, Aaron. You must have stepped out of the booth and I didn't see you. Landon Jenkins out front in the 10 car, and Aaron, you've raced against both of these drivers many times. Charles has 6 wins this season. Landon has 2 wins this season. What do you think's going through the minds of these 2 drivers as they battle for the stage 2 win?
They are both pushing and wanting to lead this race. Is what these drivers want to do. Pretty sure that's what they wanted to do, is stay out front, not get into the traffic and all the chaos.
The 4 car just pitted.
And that's a little bit unexpected because I don't think you guys needed to pit in the stage, or am I wrong?
No, we're good to go. That's unscheduled for sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with that. He's got a little bit of right side damage. Whereabouts in the running order was he running when he made this pit stop? Do you know?
About P12.
And yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with that because I can tell that he's still at his wheel and pedals. He's still at his screen and on the game. Yeah, and he's leaving already. I'm not sure what he did on the pit stop because it doesn't show us or tell us, but if I had to guess, I'd say he either repaired a little bit of damage or took fuel only. It was a very short pit stop, and he's lost 1 lap to the leaders because of it. Wow. Well, we've got homework to do. We've got to figure out what happened there. And now Dustin Hardy,
on the back there.
Yeah, I just saw Dustin Hardy in the 44. He's going to go a lap down to the leaders, and he finished 2nd in stage 1 at a great start to this race. It's the 1.5 miles that Dustin looks forward to the most. He's been searching for his first career NASCAR MotorMaster Series win all season long as well. Been close a couple of times last year. Couldn't quite get the job done. And we had high hopes for him here at Kentucky after finishing second in Stage 1. But something amiss with the 44. He's went down and made contact again with the inside wall. Same place on the racetrack. And big problems here for Dustin Hardy. We'll have to see if we can get an update for you at the end of the stage on that one. Throwing it down to in-race reporter Alex Tesdall. Alex just barely running outside the top 10. Alex, how's the car feel? How many laps to go? What's the vibe like out there on the racetrack?
Car, I don't know, it's handled weird. Sometimes it's loose, sometimes it's tight. Not quite sure how to go about fixing it. And we just came to 3 to go in the stage.
All right. And yeah, Kentucky is kind of weird like that. You can set it up for the short run, or you can set it up for the long run, and usually when you have it set up for the short run, it becomes too loose on the long runs. It's really hard to find that balance here at Kentucky. It's hard to have it all. 2 laps to go in Stage 2. Remember, folks, the top 5 get those stage points. The stage winner gets that valuable playoff point. And more problems for the 44 of Dustin Hardy. He's up against the outside wall now coming out of turns 1 and 2. It's heartbreaking to watch. He's 1 lap down and trying to stay only 1 lap down. I really don't know how this all started. The white flag has been shown. And Landon Jenkins in the 10 having a breakout performance here in the last couple of weeks, scoring his first 2 career NASCAR MotorMaster Series wins 3 weeks ago, and ever since then the confidence has been through the roof. All of a sudden he's been picking up stage wins, picking up stage points, top 5 finishes.
1 slow on the back, he had a problem.
Picking up those great finishes at places he excuse me, normally wouldn't. I don't think I've ever sneezed on a live broadcast before. I do apologize, folks. And the Stage 2 finish has come to an end here. Stage 2 has come to an end, rather, and the number 10 of Landon Jenkins holds on for another stage win. Got a lot of those recently. He's making a run for this championship this year, and one way to do that is to get as many playoff points as you can. Charles Jackson is going to finish in second, and if I'm not mistaken, Stephen Corley is going to finish in third. Alex, don't forget your pit adjustments, but let us know the top 5 whenever you get a moment.
Top 5 is Bold Bruno, King Henry, Diesel, CWI, and Juice.
All right. Well, we've made it to the final stage. Only a couple of major crashes. 22 drivers started this race, 100 laps in total. The green flag has been shown. We are back underway. 6th annual NASCAR Horsepower 300 at Kentucky Motor Speedway. Or Kentucky Speedway, rather. Landon Jenkins, Charles Jackson, Jeffrey Robinson Jr., Aiden Cody, Stephen Corley, Trey Hollywood, Jesse Carlson lead them down the back straightaway now, for the most part, single file. Alex Tesdall in the 22 has cracked the top 10. He runs right there in 9th. Right behind Harold Burden's number 47, and just in front of the sponsorless number 68 of Ethan Hoekstra. And it's great to see Ethan running in this race with us. He's run pretty much every race all season long. Won a couple of races with us last year in the 2022 NASCAR Novice Cup Series season. And if he started right from the beginning, he might have given a run for the championship to Alex Tesdall. We'll never know, but we'll find out how well he does this year now that Alex has retired from the Novice Cup Series season. The Novice Cup Series tier, if you will, the ranking system there. And we've got a great battle for this lead. I don't think Landon's going to drive away this time. I think Charles and Jeffrey and them, I think they're going to stay right there with them. We've got a couple of teammates helping each other out.
I want to say, I'm pretty sure on this short run, they're going to stay dead even. But on the long run, I'm pretty sure Pluto will probably take off. He's doing good on this long run.
Yeah, let's ask you about that. What is it about Landon in the number 10 car that allows him to drive away after a while once the run gets longer?
I'd say his car's tighter a little bit more than Charles. I guess Charles is looser. His car is just able to drive in the corners in the beginning easier, as Landon is struggling. But when the long run comes, Pluto's car will come to him. He'll be able to get the turns and drive off.
And if that's the case, honestly, this field's got to be a little bit worried, because you're right, it's exactly what we've seen in stage 1 and 2 so far. It seems like that 10 car, if he's got good track position, eventually his car is going to just simply take off and drive away. So if he has good track position right from the beginning of the stage, he's more than likely going to run down whoever the leader is and challenge for that stage win. And now in this case, challenge for the win. We're in the final stage here, the horsepower 300 at Kentucky, getting down to it. Charles Jackson.
If I was Charles, I'd try to find some way quickly to get around him and drive off quickly, because you know he's probably going to catch you in the long run.
He's right there with him. Gotta wonder if he's maybe just trying to ride along in the draft and save his tires a little bit to try to counter Landon from taking off in the long stages of this race, this run. Aiden Cody following. So there's a couple of teammates in and amongst this group here. The leader has his good friend Aiden Cody in the 16, running in third. UCJ Motorsports Toyotas running second and fourth in this group. And you got a Brett Baker Racing and a Rockstar Racing Chevy running 5th and 6th. Stephen Corley and Trey Hollywood. Jesse Carlson runs in 7th, and he's trying to pull a line of 4 cars in total up to this top 6 group. There's Terrell, scored an 8th. Alex Tesdahl making a move on the inside of Josh Colm Diaz.
Terrell scored 19th. He's off the lead lap.
Oh yeah, that's right. And we have no update on Terrell. We have no idea why he had to come to pit road unexpectedly. Not a mark on that car. I'm not sure. We're going to have to see if we can talk to him after the race and find out what happened there. He made an unscheduled pit stop in stage 2.
If I was to guess, he probably had damage that was affecting his car heavily. He wasn't able to turn as sharp as the rest.
Yeah, that's what I thought too, but pitting with, like, less than 15 to go on the stage, me personally, I'd try to limp it home.
Yeah, that's probably what I would try to do too, no matter how severe it is. I'm staying out there and trying to stay on the lead lap if I can, and he showed no signs of slowing down either. He showed no signs of going one lap down before the end of the stage. That's what's confusing about it. I'll tell you though, nothing confusing about this. Landon Jenkins holding off Charles Jackson. Charles has had a couple of opportunities to make a move for the lead. And like I said, guys, I really think that he's just taking his time, maybe saving his stuff a little bit, and maybe waiting a little bit later in the race to pounce. He knows if he gets to battling for this win, he risks contact being made and risks having no chance of winning anymore. And also, I'm sure that these drivers are well aware that if they start battling side by side, it very well might bring that second group of 5 cars right to them. Trey Hollywood was in the first group, and now he has lost touch with them and has become the second car in line in the second group. And he's given a good push to Jesse Carlson in the 20 as they try to run down the top 5. Now the Bold Pluto Motorsports teammates run 1-2. Aiden Cody slides his way up into second in the number 16 Chevy Camaro. His rookie season here in the NASCAR MotorMaster Series. He's trying to hold off Charles Jackson and Stephen Corley. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. in the 61 beginning to maybe lose touch with this front group. checking in on Dustin Hardy. Dustin led some laps earlier in this race, finished second in stage 1, and then had some sort of issue towards the end of stage 2, was making contact with the inside and outside walls and had some sort of severe handling problem, and now he's still on the racetrack. He's got some front end damage, but he is still stuck 1 lap down.
Aiden Cody fell back to 5th.
Yeah, we missed that on our cameras, and he was just up here in second a moment ago. Something had to have happened there. Wonder if he got a bump from the 66.
Out of turn 2, I saw him get loose and hit the apron and saved it.
Kudos to him for saving it. We saw a couple of cars earlier hit the apron and go sliding for a spin. Jordan Rout and Dustin Franklin. We even saw Josh Colm Diaz in the 7 car do it as well. And there you see him. Josh is in the top 10 in this second group of cars. Just in front of him, the 92. Trey Hollywood lost control, scraped the wall. Josh tried to use the momentum, the big run that he had to make a pass, but Trey came down in front of him, and so Josh actually ran into the back bumper of the 92 car instead. Both of these drivers are going to lose touch with the second group of cars. And you can tell that we're getting into the point of the run now where handling is becoming a factor. Trey Hollywood looks like he's grabbing a handful of steering wheel nearly every corner in that number 92 Chevy Camaro, the blue, white, and orange car. And the battle for the lead is picking up. Charles Jackson takes the lead. He leads this lap, and now he cuts hard to the inside to keep his car in front of Stephen Corley and Jeffrey Robinson Jr. Oh, and then he got loose coming out of turn 2. And here comes the 61 to the outside looking for second. And now he's drawing alongside Charles Jackson for the lead. Juicy J Motorsports Toyota drivers were side-by-side battling for the lead just a moment ago. Jeffrey had a bit of a rough exit at a turn 4, and now he's going to fall back to third. Well, he might actually remain side-by-side with the 21 of Stephen Corley and continue to battle for second. There was contact between them.
Maybe? No. Okay. Almost.
Very close. There was contact between the 21 and 61. Jeffrey did a great job to slow that car down so he didn't pancake the wall any harder than he did. Looked like a misjudgment by Stephen Corley in the 21, and it nearly cost Jeffrey Robinson Jr. dearly. But they are all still rolling. And now, all this really did was allow Terrell in the 4 car to gain some ground in the top 5, but then again, like Alex Tesdall pointed out, he is 1 lap down. The race leaders looking to unlap himself the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, if they keep battling like the way they are, he just might get it back.
Yeah, he just might. And it's, I don't know, as a driver, in my opinion, it's actually more heartbreaking when you see something like this. If I was in the 4 car and I was gaining on the top 5, I'd be so upset with myself that I needed to make an unscheduled pit stop in stage 2.
Yeah, I know the feeling. I've been there.
Yeah, I was going to say, I've been in that seat before.
Yeah.
Good old 2019 Platinum Cup Series season. Nevertheless, back to the action here. Charles Jackson leads the way. 6 wins this season for him in that 66 car. Stephen Corley in second. Brandon Jenkins in third. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. in fourth. Aiden Cody rounds out the top 5. You're watching the Horsepower 300 at Kentucky Speedway, round 18 of the 2023 NASCAR MotorMaster Series season. The postseason is fast approaching. And they're coming up on a couple of cars that they're going to need to negotiate their way around and put 1 lap down. Here they come on Rush Downing in the number 90 Chevy Camaro, he drives for Rockstar Racing. He runs full-time. He's missed a couple of races this season, but for the most part, he runs full-time. He's on a full-time contract with the Rockstar Group. And I must say, the leaders did a great job negotiating their way through the traffic. Good battles all over the racetrack. Emily Sari in the 54 is challenging Chris Ryan in the number 1 car. She also made a pass on Justin Hardy just a moment ago.
6-4's in the pits again.
We really haven't given enough credit to Emily Sari. She's been in the top 15 all race long. She's been as high as 11 at one point. Pardon me, that's twice. And you're right, Alex, the 4 car of Terrell is on pit road. And now this is really unscheduled. This is the final stage, but he's short pitting, and I don't think he's able to make it to the end from here.
Yeah, it might be scheduled because he's only about 5 laps short of the end, but short of the run. But again, short pitting, we're probably not gonna. We'll barely be able to make it as is.
Yeah, the strategy tonight for Terrell has been, I wouldn't say on point.
Because, yeah, if I'm being truthful, I might not make it on one stop. It will be close.
Yeah, it's a shame. The speed is there. The strategy isn't. I don't know what's going on here for the crew chiefing for Terrell. We'll have to see what happens from this point forward, but now he has fallen 2 laps down to your race leader, or yeah, 2 laps down in total to your race leader. The leaders are coming up on Kenny Adair to put him 1 lap down as well.
Yeah, it looks like we may be a lap or 2 short, and if that's the case, look for guys like Jesse Carlson and Harold Burton to make a run for it.
Yeah, if it comes down to some fuel strategy, it's going to really change how these drivers are racing right now, and it's going to really shuffle up the running order, because I can tell that some of these drivers, I don't know if they are saving more, but I can tell that they're capable of saving more than others, and now here they come, the top 4 to pit road.
I was just about to say, all the leaders are coming to the pit road.
Except for Jesse Carlson, as Alex mentioned. So Charles Jackson, Landon Jenkins, Stephen Corley, Jeffrey Robinson Jr., Alex Tesdall, they all pit on the same lap, same time.
Yes, this is going to be very close on the fuel. But Jesse being able to run that extra lap, he might be able to do it.
I agree with you. It's going to be very, very close for him. Most of the other drivers pit the lap before this one. And now, even worse news for the field, Jesse just went around another time. He's not pitting this time either, Alex.
He'll make it now. I don't know how he's able to save an extra lap or so.
Well, he wasn't running in the top group. He was running in the second group or third group of cars at times throughout this run, so he's definitely been capable of saving fuel. He hasn't been feeling the pressure of battling for the lead at all. He's just been kind of running around and going at his own pace, and now he stays out again.
That is unreal. Like he saved like 3 laps at least. He's gonna be able. He's gonna be able to go all out, not even have to worry about saving. He might have this thing.
I think you're right, and now he's signaling on the back straightaway. Goes down below the yellow line that he is pitting this time by. Probably didn't even need to do that because there was nobody immediately behind him, but he did it anyways, and now here he comes. Jesse Carlson surrenders the lead to come to pit road. Jesse, one of the very, very best drivers we have in NOSSCAR that has never won a NOSSCAR championship. He had the points lead in the Truck Series earlier this season. He wins races every season, every single year with us in NOSSCAR on NASCAR Heat 5 and the Gran Turismo games. just never seems to be able to put it all together for one full season to go out there and win the championship. Who knows, 2023 could be his year, especially with moves like this, strategies like this.
You know what I'm thinking?
The 10 got a speeding penalty?
Yeah. I'd say, I think he got a speeding penalty because he is so far back from where he was at behind Charles Jackson.
Yeah,
he was up there with him.
I think that you're right. He's right there with the 47 of Harold Burden and Chris Ryan in the 1, and they were running in the top 10, but they weren't up there in that lead group. I read your mind, and I also saw him on the track. That is a heartbreaking situation for the driver of the number 10, Chevy Camaro, Landon Jenkins.
He had a good chance.
Did he ever? The 10 and the 66 have led the most laps all race long here today. And that is a heartbreaking situation. Charles Jackson has the lead. Oh!
You good?
And
oh, juicy.
So we have an intentional crash.
Yellow.
Yeah, we just had an intentional crash here. I watched it.
Oh no.
Terrell in the 4 car just intentionally crashed to the 61 of Jeffrey Robinson Jr. on the back straightaway. I don't know why. I don't know what that was about. But Terrell is 2 laps down, and Jeffrey was up there in the top 5 in that lead pack. And this really changes everything.
Yeah, it does. Gives these drivers a chance to work on their cars.
Right, and it takes the win away from Jesse Carlson as well. Jesse had the fuel to the finish, and we don't think anybody else did. So this definitely...
He had this in the bag.
I agree. This changes everything. And
Landon Jenkins will be up there too now.
And
watch out for him.
This will be the very last race for Terrell. Terrell is on probation, and that was clear as day, an intentional act. And so that will mark the end of his NOSSCAR career, if you would like to call it that. The green flag is back in the air. Jesse Carlson and Landon Jenkins on the front row for the restart. How many laps to go, Alex? Can't be many.
We're on 83 of 100. I'm not sure the exact number.
It's all good. So it's 18 laps to go. You can make it from here on fuel and tires.
For sure.
Jesse's got the lead. Right there in second. Landon gets a second chance after that pit road speeding penalty. Stephen Corley and Sean Lucas side by side for third and fourth, 21 and 51.
How many laps, Alex?
17 laps remaining. And this front group has about 14, 15 cars in it. 22 cars started the race, and anybody's race at this point. 16 laps to go. Jesse Carlson out front, and the draft is so strong here on NASCAR Heat 5 at the mile-and-a-half tracks, especially Kentucky, that this is going to be anyone's race from this point forward. As long as you can stay in this group, if you can keep on slingshotting your way towards the front, you've got a shot. Aaron, you've won a lot of races. What's going through these drivers' minds? What's going through the mind of a Landon Jenkins, for example? Runs in fourth. He's got a second chance. He's got 2 wins this year. He's having a breakout season. What do you think he's thinking?
Just trying to battle, stay up there. He doesn't want to let Charles Jackson get up there by him because he knows if he gets there, he is probably going to be gone.
Yeah, I agree. There's a couple of drivers throughout the group here, you're right, where if they get out front, they very well might drive away. You definitely don't want them to to take the lead and do that. Landon Jenkins is one. Charles Jackson is another. And now to the lead goes Stephen Corley in the 21. Power move to the inside. Had a bit of drafting help from Trey Hollywood.
Y'all still have me?
Yep. Yes, sir.
Alright. Saw network error. Just checking in.
No worries. Yeah, we saw something pop up in the corner there. We have you still.
Alright.
And a power move to the bottom there. Stephen Corley in the 21 takes the lead for the first time in this race. Jesse Carlson in second. Trey Hollywood is in third. Landon Jenkins is in fourth. And Josh Colm-Diaz in the 7 rounds out the top 5. Charles Jackson, Aiden Cody, Harold Burden, Jeffrey Robinson Jr., and Sean Lucas, the rest of your top 10. Jeffrey restarted in 15th, and he's worked his way all the way up inside the top 10, excuse me, 16th. He was on the outside for the restart. And now, in my opinion, what Jeffrey needs is another caution so he can have a slightly better track position for the restart and maybe be able to stay in the draft with the lead group. He's lost the draft now with the lead group, but at least he's gained some of that track position back. Jesse Carlson gets into the wall. He was in the top 5, Aaron. Did you see what happened to him?
I guess he got tight out of turn 2 and just went up. I see no contact with anyone.
And that's all it took. Jesse's drops outside the top 5, still in this lead group, but now runs in 6th. May make that 7th as he's on the outside of Harold Burden and Aiden Cody. They were 3 wide there. Oh, through turns 1 and 2, they made it through.
This is what I'm talking about, Ty. Letting long person get to the lead. Steve Cooley is driving away. But I think Landon is in his draft and is going to catch him.
I can't help but be impressed by the 21 of Stephen Corley. Yes, he's won races before. Yes, he's a talented driver. Yes, he runs up front frequently, but he just took the lead from Landon Jenkins and drove away, opened it up by about 5 or 6 car lengths, and we just simply didn't expect that out of Stephen Corley in the 21. But you're right, Alex. Or excuse me, Aaron. You're very right. Landon Jenkins very well might start to run him down. Now he's got Charles Jackson right behind him in 3rd, and we know how strong the draft is here at Kentucky. So if they can start to work together, they might be able to run down the 21 of Stephen Corley. The impressive thing about this, guys, Stephen started shotgun on the field, started 22nd out of the 22 cars.
That just shows his talent. Started from the back and worked his way to the front. I'm impressed.
He's having a great day, a great night here at Kentucky Speedway. It's round 18 of the 2023 NASCAR MotorMaster Series season. It's the 6th annual NASCAR MotorMaster Series season in these Xfinity cars on a NASCAR Heat game. Terrell in the 4 car comes to pit road again.
Bumper.
Yep, they're there. You're right, Aaron.
They have a car in the pits.
It's the 4.
How many laps left now?
Yeah, what are we at, Alex? We should have under 10 to go, right?
Coming to 5 to go this time.
Oh, wow. Well, I wasn't wrong, but we have still less than I expected. Usually the way it goes, I get to talking, and the laps just keep on winding down. 5 laps to go now for your race leaders. Can Stephen Corley hang on? He's going to have to hold off 2 of the very best NASCAR MotorMaster Series drivers to do it.
Landon did a crossover on Charles.
And a textbook move to take back the 2nd place position and keep himself in that prime spot to challenge for the win. 4 laps to go. And now the 10 car uses the front bumper a little bit on the race leader, Stephen Corley. Meanwhile, behind them, Harold Burden leads that second group. He's in fourth with Aiden Cody and Jesse Carlson, Trey Hollywood, and Jeffrey Robinson Jr. right there with him. But we are watching a battle of the ages. Coming around at a turn 4 now, 3 laps to go. Can Stephen Corley hang on for another 3 laps? But here comes Landon Jenkins, the 10 car, to the bottom. Stephen tried to shut the door, couldn't quite do it, but he blocked enough to the point where it slowed the momentum down, and now Charles Jackson puts the 10 car in the wall on the back straightaway.
I don't think that was on purpose. They were 3 wide and don't go. It was hard in that corner to get through.
I agree 100%. 2 laps to go. Or is this the white flag?
2 to go.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I don't think it was on purpose either. They were 3 wide. Minor contact was made, but it might have been enough for the 10 car to be out of commission.
1 just wrecked.
Who?
18's wrecking. 07's saved it somehow.
Oh, you're right. Chris Ryan in the 1 is wrecked on the back straightaway. Jordan Rout in the 18 as well. Both against the outside and inside walls. We're still green
White
somehow.
flag. White flag.
Yeah, we're still green. The white flag has been shown. Watching the battle for the lead and for the win. Only a couple more corners to go. Stephen Corley.
I think Steve got loose on the apron there. I think he tried to protect and block. Got loose. That allowed Charles to close in on the outside. He's not going to be able to get there, I don't think.
I thought he was going to use I thought he was going to use the bumper. He couldn't quite get there in time, and Charles Jackson in the 66 hangs on to win here at Kentucky, and they're sliding across the grass and the start-finish line here at the finish.
Yeah, wow. I saw Steve Corley blocking that turn and allowed Charles to gas up on the outside. I think Steve got loose there on the apron trying to protect.
Yeah, I think Stephen knew that if he ran that corner normally, that Charles was going to get the run to the inside, and in order to protect the bottom, I think Stephen lifted a bit extra to keep the car down there, but as you mentioned, Charles took the run to the outside, and it worked. It stuck. And he wins 7 wins this season here for the 2023 NASCAR MotorMaster Series season. Most wins of any driver so far this year. Don't forget photos of the results, Alex. There's 22 of them in total.
Yep, I got it.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, what a race, what a finish. There's a lot of different drivers there that had a shot to win that one. And it was kind of heartbreaking, actually, Stephen Corley coming so close and not getting the job done, because he doesn't win as frequently as some of these others. He doesn't win as frequently as Charles Jackson and Aaron Garcia, Landon Jenkins. So it would have been a feel-good moment for all of the NASCAR community if he could have held on and won there. Nevertheless, the record gets extended, and Charles Jackson now has 7 wins this season here in the MotorMaster Series. And we have him here with us. Congratulations, Charles. Another strong win for you here in the NASCAR MotorMaster Series. You've been on a roll as of late. Describe how it feels to come on out here and win the Horsepower 300 at Kentucky in a 22-car field.
Yeah, you know, so that one was rough. I had to work for that one. 13 to go, I was back in 7th because I was on the outside on the restart, and I didn't think there was any chance. Moved it up to 3rd. I kind of just made the decision that I was going to try to go 3 wide whenever Pluto made a move. When he made the move, he goes underneath him, he pinches him, they both slide up. I make the 3 wide move. Pluto gets loose, he hits me, I get tired, hit him. We go up into the wall. Diesel goes back and gets the lead again, trying to catch him. Got to his outside going into turn 1, seeing him get loose, be able to clear like that was a rough race.
Yeah, honestly, that could have went any way. That could have went either way. It looked like a high-speed chess match out there for the win, to be completely honest with you. Looked like every time somebody made a move or a challenge for the lead, someone else would counter and put their car somewhere else. It was a lot of fun to watch, and it looked very intense for the drivers behind the wheel. What was going through your mind when you saw drivers like Stephen Corley and Jesse Carlson jumping up there to try to get their first or second win of the season?
It's kind of cool seeing a lot of people, Aaron back at, getting lagged out at the start of the race really opened it up for a lot of people to, go and lead for a while. I'm no Aaron Garcia, so I can't really just go out there and lead every lap. But, stayed up near the front. Diesel did good. Oof actually stayed out and had older tires and still actually kept up pretty good. So kudos to him on that one.
Yeah, you may not be Aaron Garcia, but you definitely are Charles Jackson. Congratulations, my friend. You are the Horsepower 300 winner at Kentucky.
Thank you, man.
That's going to do it for here from the green walls of Kentucky Speedway. Final thoughts from Aaron Garcia, two-time NASCAR champion.
Overall, it was a good race. I was pulling for Pluto there at the end. I was going for him because he was up there. I think he had the best car all night.
And we actually have the driver of the number 10 Chevy Camaro in here with us. That is Landon Jenkins. Had a shot to win this race. Finished third at the very end, if I'm not mistaken. Led a lot of laps in this one and even won a stage. Landon, congratulations on a strong points run for you at Kentucky. Take us through those last laps battling for the win with Charles Jackson and Stephen Corley. Yeah, we felt bad for you. We saw kind of what happened there. It was a three-wide battle for the Liam for the win, and contact was made. Definitely wasn't intentional, just drivers ran out of real estate out there, and it just got really close and really wild at the end. Did you think that you had the car to beat, or did you think it was maybe the 66? Who did you think that you were going to have to go through to get this win? And expectations for Road America before we let you go? Perfect. We wish you the best of luck there, my friend. It's the longest road course on the schedule. We've already had final thoughts from Aaron Garcia. Let's throw it down to in-race reporter Alex Tesdall, the 2022 NASCAR Novice Cup Series champion, for final thoughts from him here at Kentucky.
Not gonna lie, I'm a little disappointed with my result personally, but overall it was a relatively clean race. Just that last caution completely screwed me over. I had a top 10 in the bag. On the last restart I got hung out on the outside. Just couldn't pick my way back through them. But overall a decent race. Car was fast. Had at least 6th place speed on the Road America.
And we wish you the best of luck later tonight at Road America and Gateway. And we apologize that your race here at Kentucky didn't go the way that you had hoped.
Thank you.
And that's going to do it here from the green walls of Kentucky Speedway, folks. I forgot to mention those lots throughout the broadcast. I guess everyone could see them, though. And yeah, this track is very fun, very exciting to watch a race here, especially when you have 22 talented drivers in the NASCAR MotorMaster Series going at it for 100 laps in these Xfinity cars. It's a lot of fun to watch them race around this Kentucky Speedway, this mile-and-a-half high banks, folks, and high draft. Thank you to everyone who joined us. This was round 18 of the 2023 NASCAR MotorMaster Series season here on NASCAR Heat 5. MotorMaster Monday continues later tonight with the main event at Gateway. at about 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to head on over to Road America now for round 19, and we will see you there later tonight. Good night, everybody, and stay fast.